Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price right now as I'm currently icing my ankle from a very bad ankle sprain. But I had to get out this emergency Bitcoin update because check out what's happening to the charts. Exactly like we predicted yesterday, Bitcoin came to test its weekly open and holding above the $20,000 level, stuck between its weekly and monthly open right now. Guess what's also doing the same thing? The S&P 500 in between its weekly and monthly open. So here's what I want to discuss today, since it's just having a cup of coffee above the major support of 20,000 US dollars with an initial upside target of 24,000 US dollars. Let's look at some revolving parts, snipers. The first one that brings some interest to me is Ethereum above 1165 right now. And just notice that right now we could even just remove this previous weekly open. It's holding itself above this major support. If Bitcoin can come to test 24,000 US dollars, there's a potential Ethereum could not only break above 1277, which is its major resistance in the immediate short term, but it could potentially even come to test 1440, the 2018 previous all-time high that it broke and never got tested. A major support breaking and not testing as resistance. That to me says at some point it has to come and test it as a resistance, but that would take Bitcoin coming up to its 50-day moving average for that to happen, and that's right around that $23,500 level. As a matter of fact, what's interesting about our snipers chart right now is if we look at the major snipers resistance, the 50-day moving average now for the first time has crossed below these major resistance levels, giving Bitcoin the best opportunity at this point, at any point, to come and test the 50-day moving average. But we have to hold above the major support of 20,000 US dollars, or else we could potentially see the range support come into play at 17,204. I do not see that on the table just yet, with Bitcoin mimicking the S&P 500, having a cup of coffee between its weekly and monthly open. Let's see how equity markets close the week tomorrow. And other news, the DXY still in price discovery, breaking multi-decade highs. And there aren't really many other puzzle pieces to discuss other than the fact that gold, for the first time since August of 2021, came below 1,700 US dollars. And that's a very strong sign that deflation is acting upon our commodities. As much as we see the CPI reports come out and everyone's saying that, oh, there's inflation, etc., these are lagging indicators. Commodities have already shown deflation priced in, with corn, soybeans, and oil and so forth down 10% from their recent highs, or over 15% from their recent highs. So those are lagging indicators that you see on the CPI reports. The PPI reports came out today as well. And so a lot of reports coming out this week. The point is, the charts are black and white. The equity markets have yet to really react to the CPI reports. Could we have a short-term bottom on our hands for Bitcoin and the equity markets? I think that there's a strong case to make. Now, let's just remember this. If we were to just look at Bitcoin from an unbiased perspective, we do have these three higher lows that have recently formed. So a temporary bottom at 17,600 could be on the table, a test of the 50-day moving average, and then maybe we see further downside later down the road. Who knows? DXY is still in price discovery, so let's keep that in mind. And I do want to wrap up the video with this, snipers. There is a CME gap still hidden here at 21,160 that has yet to get filled, right above the current weekly open. So if Bitcoin can come up to fill that CME gap, the fact that we're just having a cup of coffee right below the CME gap tells me it's not the final destination, and that the gap itself could easily get filled, and there's probably a second destination in mind. To me, that would be the 50-day moving average for Bitcoin to at least get that bear market relief rally, now that the 50-day moving average is below these two CME gaps as well, not just the snipers resistance levels. I think that that's the most likely upside scenario that's in the immediate short term, as long as Bitcoin holds above 20,000 US dollars. I want to stress the fact that Bitcoin has to hold above 20,000 US dollars for these scenarios to occur. If not, and we start to see a breakdown in equity markets, at any point the rug can get pulled, and then we could potentially see 17,200 come on the table for Bitcoin, maybe even a double bottom in play. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to address downside scenarios until we're below the 2018 previous all-time high again. But so far, that's acting as a major support, as we saw with the monthly opening above that level. And in the last 7 minutes of our last month's close, we conquered back above that level. So the bulls certainly have a statement to make this month. Let's see what happens. 20,000 holding strong so far as I record this video. That may change. I'm going to heal this ankle up. And with that, I believe that is all I needed to go over with you, snipers, today. Other revolving parts, not much happening, not much to talk about. Let's see here. The Dow Jones up 26 points for futures markets. Not much going on there. I'll mention this. The Bitcoin to Tesla chart rescued itself from seeing further lows, so that's a very positive sign. And we're continuing to monitor Bitcoin against the S&P 500. We've yet to really see any strong reaction there. And so, anyways, thank you all snipers for tuning into the channel today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content, and I will continue on with my ankle rehab. So I'll be better sooner than later. Until next time, snipers.